I'm doing it. I am starting a lawn care and landscaping business in 2024. This has been a long time coming, something I've thought about a lot. I have had the great benefit of working in the green industry for a long time on the vendor side, right? Where I'm providing services to lawn care and landscaping companies. I've had several years with Lightspeed, where we're doing marketing, we're giving input on branding, we're helping people even with pricing sometimes. And then my time at Service Autopilot, just getting to drink from a fire hose of lawn care millionaire content back in the day, getting to interview guys who are really, really successful. I feel like it is the right time to do this. I have a friend who is going to be partner on it. We've known each other for over a decade. We've lived together for years. We lived together. So we have a really good rapport and ways to resolve and work through conflict together. So I'm really, really excited about what this means, not just for Lightspeed and the experience that I'm going to get to bring to the table for the business, but also I have a list of reasons why I'm doing this that are relevant to you as someone who watches my content here. So I want to get to that. I want to talk about, kind of the why on the Lightspeed side, why I would start another business, and then also what you'll get out of it. But just real quickly, it's Canyon Creek Lawn Care is going to be the name of the business. I have been living in a new area in Richardson here, and I have been training for a half marathon over the last, 6-8 months. And as I've been running in a new part of town, I've realized I've never seen a lawn care and landscaping company uniform here. I've never seen a marked truck. I've seen irrigation company trucks and I've seen them in uniform. I've seen a ton of lawn care and landscaping crews, and none of them are what I think you and I would consider a professional outfit. They might be, sizable and have a number of employees, but I just don't see anyone operating in the ways that I put forward on this channel, the guys that I really respect in the business who have built $2, $3, $4 million businesses. I don't see them operating in the way that I see the guys operating who are in a very affluent neighborhood. So that is part of it. I really see this hole in the market. It is a tight area of very nice homes, good opportunities for work on landscape enhancements in addition to maintenance. So that is kind of what I'm looking at here, is that, hey, this is an area that is where we can have incredibly dense routes. We can do kind of what Naylor has done, where it's we only work in the handful of neighborhoods that are right here, all within a stone's throw of each other, and Canyon Creek being the biggest one. So that's what I'm looking at. The why on the Lightspeed side. Obviously on the landscape side, it's me and this friend. We want to do something together. This is a great opportunity. It's something we've talked about for a long time. And we bring kind of intermeshing skills to do this together. Rather than, when we were younger, we talked about opening businesses that neither of us had any experience in. So we're able to bring some things. He's a really hard worker. He has experience working with equipment on his family's property. And so we're going to kind of bring that in. I've got the office efficiency marketing side of it. And I should throw up so we've got a flyer that we're working on. We've got a logo that we're using. If you watched my video a while back where I talked about ad creative, I'm using the, for lack of a better word, the Mr. Beast font in the company stuff, because it is just so readable. And I don't think it's the exact same font or whatever, but it's just in the style of very, very readable, which I think will be important for uniforms, for truck wraps. I want something that, even though it is trendy and even maybe on the downswing as far as whether it's, cool, it's incredibly readable. And that's what I want. I want our marketing materials to be like a YouTube thumbnail, something that you can see and instantly read and comprehend. We want it to be, we want to build a brand in this area. So that's what we're going for there. On the Lightspeed side, what this does for me is it gives me a testing ground, right? It lets me get real-time results from a business that I'm intimately involved in and have control over all aspects of. So part of this will be that I'm able to tell you when I'm talking to a client, when I'm reviewing something for someone, if you've implemented a strategy from the channel and you're having trouble, I can more easily isolate variables in my own business. And I can tell you like, hey, this is something you're doing differently than me. And I think this is why you're seeing different results, right? It gives me an opportunity to experiment with things that I just don't feel like it would be ethical to do experiments on a business where I'm not, financially on the hook for the outcomes, right? If I want to run ads on like Nextdoor, I've helped some people with that. I don't feel like I have enough data to tell you like, yeah, I'm confident that we can get a return on investment from Nextdoor. I used to do some of this experimentation with my friend Jacob Godar, who you should subscribe to on YouTube if you're not subscribed already. But we did like a Spotify placement that when I thought about it after the fact, I didn't feel good that I had spent his money. Like we talked about the experiment and everything, but when I had a problem that I should have anticipated with it, which is that anyone who would be a good lawn care and landscaping customer probably pays for Spotify. Like that felt like a very like hit my head against the wall. We didn't spend very much on the campaign, but it was just like, duh, we were paying to advertise to either people who won't pay for a service or are 12 and are paying for the service. So it just gives me an opportunity to experiment and make mistakes in, this business I'm running with a partner rather than doing those experiments. If we want to have a plane fly over with a banner on it, that's a thing that I think is silly and probably wouldn't get a lot of results. But it's an example of something that we could experiment on without me having to feel like, I'm having to convince someone to waste their money. I'm wasting my own money. And it's going to help me leverage experience and knowledge that I already have in the industry that I've already talked about. Like I get to come into this industry already having, many years of experience working for businesses that do this. And I get to take what I feel like are the best parts of all of these business owners that I've talked to and try to implement them into one business. It's going to give me more opportunities to produce relevant content to the lawn care and landscaping industry, which brings me to the last thing, like what you'll get out of this is deeper content with broader info and better sourced, right? I'm not just telling you, hey, I think this is a cool idea. Someone go experiment on it and let me know what happens. Or like, please, someone let me do this experiment. I can go do the experiment and come tell you, hey, this is how it went. This is how much I spent to do it. This is the results that I got. This is why I think it's worth it. It means that when I'm giving you some advice on gear, which I think is a neglected area in the like lawn care, YouTube and podcast space, like when we're talking about what shoes should you wear. Something I haven't talked about a lot on the channel was I used to be, and still care about it, but have less time now that I own a business. But I used to be very into backpack. And a huge part of that is thinking about what you're putting on your feet as you're walking all day. And I think that there is, kind of a surprising lack of reviews and discussion of, work boots, work shoes. I've seen a bunch of buzz around Cujo, and I would love to try their stuff, have a reason to try it, have, a field to go do it in, right? So I'm really excited about that. I'm looking forward to being able to, as I have real problems come up in the business, I can get friends in the industry to come and give me advice, speak to that problem. And I think that it's going to resonate in a way that an interview where I'm just discussing theoretical stuff may not resonate as well. So I'm really, really hopeful this is going to give me a whole new bed of ideas to draw from for the channel that you all will get really good things out of it. And then I'm going to be walking you through all of those major decisions. I need to pick a CRM. That's going to be coming up. I'm going to be, I have years of experience working at a company that makes a CRM. There's other stuff out there. As you guys know, I've worked with Paul Jameson from the Green Industry Podcast for a long time. And he is a major proponent of Jobber. Mike Andes is huge on the platform. He's someone I've had on the podcast way in the past. And he's got a new tool out with Copilot. And I've got clients that use all of these various tools. I am able to get some exploration done and see what direction I want to go in. So I'll be talking you through that decision, be talking you through, we're going all electric because Chad Curry has done that. I think that his maintenance division is wildly successful. It's obviously a much bigger thing than my current 0 yard having self. So we're going to be going all electric. We're going to be using some equipment I already have access to, and we're going to scale from there. But I'm going to talk you through all of those decisions as they're being made. And I have some very exciting news on the front of DIY marketing for lawn care and landscaping businesses, something that will fill a need that I'll have for my own business here. That'll be coming up soon on the channel. We'll be getting to that soon. But all of that to say, please come along for the ride. If you are not subscribed already, make sure that you click that subscribe button down below. Like this video if you support somebody else getting into the business that you love and are having success with already. Hey, I will see you next week.